Today we will talk about sextant. It helps to, for us to calculate the position of the ship. So it helps us as an anti-grounding tool. It is a handheld instrument which helps us to measure the altitude of a celestial body. Celestial bodies could be four types: sun, moon, star, or planets. And from this altitude, we can get the distance of the ship from the geographical position, also known as GP, of the celestial body. When we take the altitude, we also have to note down the Greenwich Mean Time. So, two things we have to do simultaneously: measure the altitude, note down the GMT. GMT will give us the geographical position of the celestial body. So from these two things, we can find out the position of the ship. So let's understand what is geographical position, which we obtain from GMT. We have a publication known as Nautical Almanac, and this book, it gives us the geographical position of all the celestial bodies, sun, moon, star, planets, for every 1 second, for full 1 year. 1 year data is there. I will just show you how to find out the geographical position. This is the Earth, and you have a celestial sphere parallel to the Earth. Radius of Earth is about 4,000 miles. And what is the radius of the celestial sphere? This celestial sphere is basically the sky, which is looks like a sphere parallel to the surface of the Earth. So all the celestial bodies are here. So if you have a star here and the ship is here, and if you draw if you make a line from the star to the center of the Earth, wherever this line cuts the surface of the Earth, that is known as the geographical position of this celestial body. So in the almanac, if you have a GMT when you took the altitude, let's say uh, now time is 17 hours 10 minutes 02 seconds. This is the GMT when we took the altitude. From the GMT, consult the Nautical Almanac and you will get two information: Greenwich hour angle of the celestial body and declination of the celestial body. So if the GHA, let's say, is 020 degrees and declination, let's say, is 10 degrees north, that means This is the position of the celestial body, and this is the GP. So that means the position of the celestial body with respect to Earth, or you can say the latitude of the GP of the celestial body, that is the declination, 10 degrees. And the west longitude of the GP of the celestial body is 20 degrees west. So you got the latitude and longitude of the GP from the GMT. From the GMT, you took out the almanac, you found the GH declination, and you converted it into latitude of GP and west longitude of GP. So now, if you have a world chart or electronic chart, and this is the equator, this is 0 degrees longitude. So you can plot the position of the GP, which was latitude was 10 degrees north, longitude was, or west longitude was 20 degrees west. So this is equator, 0 degrees, 10 degrees would be here somewhere. This is 0 degrees longitude, 20 degrees would be here somewhere. So this is the position of the GP of the celestial body. And sextant will give you the distance of the GP from the ship. I will show you in the next video how to practically calculate the altitude of the celestial body. So from sextant altitude, you will get the distance of the ship from the GP of the celestial body. GP is already plotted. So let's say from the sextant altitude, you calculated the distance, which I will show you later how to do it, and you got a distance of 1000 miles. Let's say nautical miles. GP is already plotted. You can open your compass to 1000 miles distance and you can make a circle. So ship is somewhere on this circle because each point of the circle is 1000 miles from the GP. Now at the same time you have to take sextant altitude and GMT of another celestial body. Again you plot the GP of that celestial body. Again from the second sextant altitude you will get a different distance, let's say 2000 miles. So from here you make another circle, radius 2000, and plot that circle. So ship is somewhere on this circle as well as on this circle. So she has to be either here or here, where the circles intersect. Now your approximate position is called DR, which is already always known to you. This is called dead reckoning. This is already known to you, approximate position, DR position, based on your revolutions of your propeller, which gives you speed, and your gyro compass course. From these two items, this is already known to you. The exact position is not known to you because that depends on the amount of current and wind. So if your DR is close to this position, your DR is here, that means ship is here. This is the correct position of the ship. If your DR is close to this position, then this is the position of the ship. Or you can take a third celestial body, and if that circle passes through this point, this is the position. If that circle passes through this point, then this is the position. So this is the basic principle of calculating the position of ship from sextant. Now this method has got one small problem, that we are using a world chart which has got distortion. Scale of this chart is very small, which gives some errors on the ship's position. So we use a slightly different method, which I'll show you now. We don't use a world chart, we use our normal navigational chart. So in the world chart, for example, we had made a plotted a GP and a circle. So what we do is, when we take the sextant altitude, we also take a bearing of the sun, which is known as azimuth. So if you plot this circle and you get an azimuth of, let's say, 045, which means northeast direction. So from here, if you make a line northeast, that means your ship is on the circle, as well as she is somewhere on this line. So she is somewhere here. So what we do is, we take this arc, and any small arc on any circle is almost a straight line, as you can see. So this is known as a position line, which we calculate. And we plot only this position line on our, not the world chart, but on our navigational chart. So this is a navigational chart. This is the ship's course, which is going from A to B, and this position line is plotted on this chart. The ship is somewhere on this line. And similarly, we take another celestial body, another sextant altitude, and we get another position line, which we also plot on this chart like this. So ship is somewhere on this position line, as well as on this, shows she has to be on the point of intersection. And this is our ship's position plotted on the navigational chart.